All right, so this is the part 2 here. Instead of taking all these controls, I went ahead and put all the plugs back in the ground. These plugs here, this plug here, here. For some reason, this is not budging too much, and I don't want to try to break it or worry about it. So I'm going to think that there might be enough room just to pop this lid off and just feed this cable down here and just let the unit hang. I'm going to see if that works, and if it doesn't, then I'll worry about trying to get that clip off. So just kind of tuck those wires in. Then to get this thing off, all you have to do is just barely slide it forward, and it lifts up from the back as such. It's hard to do this with one hand here. It just slides forward and pops off. So I'll get you guys a distance to look at this. So this thing now slid forward, and it comes off, and then you can expose the drum, look for any cables, and that's where that cable went back there. So I'm going to see if I can just pull this lid off, and I'll get right back to you. All right, so what I did is basically just lifted the lid straight up and just wedged it against here. I believe these things are made with those hinges that if you leave some of the screws in, you could just slide it forward and pop it up without even taking off a bunch of those things. But now we're exposed to here. The good news is this belt right here has some good tension, so it didn't wear that tension wheel so bad that it popped off like I've seen in other videos. So this is a good sign right here. But on Amazon, I went ahead and ordered it, and I'll go ahead and get the part and show you. All right, so here's the box, came from Amazon. Inside, got a lovely brand new pulley wheel. It actually, or the belt, this unit right now you can find in various sites. You have to look up your actual model number, but this is what's happening right here, is this wheel right here has probably a shot bearing, and as the tensioner belt is going around this tensioner, it's just screeching to all in. So this thing's probably going to be completely stripped out inside. So I got a new one, but for just a few dollars more. You can get these for about $11 on Amazon. But this belt right here came with it for an extra few bucks. So I think for a total of $17, I got a new belt just in case. That one looks like it's still good, so I may leave it. And then of course the tension spring. So I'm going to keep going on the disassembly here. All right, so now what you do in this operation is you're going to take off a few screws. You're going to take off this screw here, and this screw here, and then also this one on the side, and this one right here. And then, of course, this one I showed you before on the first video, and down here, this one here, and this one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out. I'll be right back. All right, so I just removed this screw here, here, and here. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws on the top. I just laid the screws off to the side right there. All right, so now I'm going to take out this screw here, here, and here, and I'll be right back. Before I go ahead and take this screw out, I just wanted to reiterate, I mistakenly called these two holes right here screws, but I took out one here, which is this guy right here on both sides. Okay? And then, so the other screws you're taking out is here, right in the middle, here. So a total of 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me get back to the other one now. All right, so now I've removed those 3 screws, placed them over here on the side. Okay, after removing those screws on the very top, I did those things on the side. I noticed that I made a little error, which is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put those screws back here, 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 and here. And it looks like the only ones I really had to take off is these 3 screws. On this side of the hinge, or the bracket, right here, and right here. So I'll be right back after I put these things back, and then I'll go ahead and take those things off. All right, now that I put those screws back in, again, this is my first time doing this, and this screw here, 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 and here, and I've just taken out now this screw, and this screw, so a total of 3 on top, and 3 in the inside, here, down there, and there. That's 6 total screws. Now, you see these little hinges right here? What you want to do is reach your hand underneath and you want to push forward and lift up over that. Push forward and lift up. But as you notice, it's kind of hinged on the bottom here, so it's sitting in a groove down below, so there's no fear of it falling. However, you'll see that there's a sensor that you have to plug from there, and then there's also one inside of here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right in there. You got to pull off. However, I'm going to just pull off this sensor. Actually, I'm just going to untwist these things here and see if I can just spin this thing around without having to take the sensors off. I'm going to try that first and get back to you. All right, now what I ended up doing is I ended these little pigtails here, pulled the wires out, decided to take this one off here. It's an easier clip to take off. Took off this clip here, picked this front door up from the front of here, just lifted it up and just turned it, keeping this slack on this thing so I wouldn't hurt the wires, and just moved it off to the side. So now you have the dryer. It's kind of a tight fit in here in the house. So now you can see the dryer itself with the drum.